Good afternoon, Year 4s, and welcome to our final vocabulary lesson of this term. So today's focus words are crushes, splits, passion, embrace, loving, plays, and victim. So what I'd like you to do now is pause the video and write these words down, and then see if you can think of a definition, or if you know what they mean, write that down too. And if you'd like to look up what the words mean in the dictionary, then please do that as well. So pause the video and have a go. Okay, so crushes means to press very hard on something so its shape is destroyed. Embrace, to put your arms around someone and hold them tightly in order to show love. Splits is to divide something into two or more parts. So if you draw a line down the middle of your page, you're splitting your page into two halves. Okay, loving is showing love, an action done with enjoyment and care. And then plays is to do an enjoyable action such as playing with a toy or a game. And then victim is someone who is hurt by someone else's actions. And then passion is a really strong emotion. So you could be really passionate about football, for example, like it means you really, really like football. Okay, so we're going to be looking at a poem called The Leopard today. Okay, so gentle hunter, his tail plays on the ground while he crushes the skull. Beautiful death who puts on a spotted robe when he goes to his victim. Playful killer whose loving embrace splits the antelope's heart. Okay, so this poem uses all of our focus words. And so I'll just go through the poem with you. So think about, and I'm going to ask you some questions as we go, just to get you thinking. So think about who the gentle hunter might be. So which animal do you think the gentle hunter is? So just to go back to the picture, the leopard is the animal with the spots, and then the antelope is the animal with the horns. So who do you think the hunter is? His tail plays on the ground while he crushes the skull. Okay, so have a think. Pause the video if you need to. Who is the hunter? Okay, so the leopard, I would say, is the hunter in this poem. So he is playing with his tail on the floor and he crushes the skull. So you can see in this picture, your skull is in your head and he's crushing the antelope's head. So a beautiful death, which means obviously the antelope is about to die, who puts on a spotted robe. So what do you think the spotted robe is referring to? So I'll go back to the picture. Pause the video if you need to think about these questions. Okay, so the spotted robe, I would say, is referring to the spotted print of the leopard's fur. So it's referring to it like a robe. When he goes to his victim, so in this case, the antelope is the victim. And if we go back to our definition of victim, it means someone who is hurt by someone else's actions. So the antelope is being hurt by the leopard's actions. And then a playful killer. So the leopard is obviously killing the antelope because that's what they do in nature. And he's doing it in a playful way. Whose loving embrace, so he's loving the antelope and he's embracing it. So he's a strong emotion. He's embracing towards the antelope. And then he splits the antelope's heart. So after crushing the skull, the leopard will split the antelope's heart. Okay, so that's just a poem to show you how some of the focus words can be used. Okay, so these are some synonyms, which is a very similar word. That's what it means. So we've got our focus words in the cloud. So we've got loving, embrace, crushes, and plays. And these are some synonyms for those words. So loving could also mean tender, caring, or adoring. Embrace could mean hug, cuddle, clutch, or squeeze. So if you maybe have a pet at home and you really love your dog, for example, you might embrace your dog, which also means that you might hug your dog or cuddle your dog or clutch your dog, or squeeze your dog. So all of those things mean the same thing. And then crushes could also mean squashes, smashes, or destroys. And then plays can also mean frisks, dances, darts, or smacks. And in this case, that would be referring to the leopard and the antelope poem. Okay, so I would like you to draw a column on a piece of paper, and in one half write the word love, and in the other half write the word destruction. So destruction means to destroy something. So we're kind of looking at the opposite. So something that is loving and positive, or you're destroying something. And then on the side is some focus words, as our focus words and the synonyms. And I would like you to think about what side these words would go under. So we've got smacks. Do you think when the leopard smacks the antelope, he's doing it out of love or destruction? Then we've got tender, adoring, cuddle, squeeze, smashes, frisks, darts, caring, hug, clutch, squashes, destroys, or dances. So pause the video and put the words into each side that you think that they belong. Okay, so if I go through the words, I would put smacks under destruction. Tender, I would put under love. Adoring, under love. Cuddle, under love. Squeeze, it could mean either, because the leopard could be squeezing the antelope to destruct the antelope, or squeezing the antelope out of love. So it could go in either. Smashes, destruction. Frisks, destruction. Darts, destruction. Caring, love. Hug, love. Clutch could be love or destruction. Squashes, destruction. Destroys, destruction. And dances could either mean love or destruction, because in this case, dances means play, and the leopard is playing with the antelope to kill it, though, to destruct it. So it could go in either. Okay, but don't worry if you didn't get them all correct, because we all have different opinions on how those words could be put into different contexts. Okay, so looking at those synonyms, could you put those different synonyms into the poem? So we've got gentle hunter, his tail, something on the ground. So you're going to choose between these words in red, while his something, the skull. And then beautiful death, who puts on a spotted robe when he goes to his victim. Playful killer, who's something, 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 the antelope's heart. So if you go back in the video to the original poem, you can see what these words are. So if we go back, we can see gentle hunter, his tail plays on the ground. So I need to choose a different word for plays to go here. So I could say gentle hunter, his tail dances on the ground, or gentle hunter, his tail frisks on the ground. So you could choose a synonym to add into the poem. So everybody will have different words or different ideas. So you can write your poem down on a piece of paper. So just pause the video and have a go at adding in some synonyms. Okay, well done. Okay, so lastly, after you've watched the video, you're going to go onto Teams and you're going to look at the assignments section and find the vocabulary assignment. And we've chosen some pictures for you to write about with the focus words. So write a sentence about the picture using one or more focus words that are in the box. Challenge yourself by using some synonyms we have learned as well. So some of you are not using the words in the box when you complete your vocabulary assignments. It's really important that you look at the focus word. So don't just write a sentence about the picture. So you could say, the man is holding a can, but then you haven't used the focus word, which is crushed. So you need to use the focus words in your sentence. So I've just done an example for you. So when you go into Teams, on the right-hand side is where you will write your sentences. So we've got the talented chef split the delicious cake into 2 halves, being careful to not destroy it. Okay, so I've used my focus word, which is splits. And then I've also challenged myself by adding in some adjectives as well, and some adverbs. So remember to do that too. So I really am enjoying reading your sentences on a Friday afternoon. So have fun and be creative with those sentences.